Hi, everybody. Today I am talking about how we have all been brainwashed, literally all of us, by our school system. I saw this clip today from George Carlin from his 2005 special where he talks about how the education system will never get fixed because they want us intentionally to be kind of unable to think critically. And it just turns out that I recently read this book called Weapons of Mass Instruction by John Taylor Gatto. I can't recommend this book enough, and here's why. Because what we don't realize is that we truly have all been brainwashed. Our parents have been brainwashed. Probably our grandparents have been brainwashed, and I'm Gen X, right? So we were the last ones to grow up without any computers. We didn't even have the opportunity to seek out true education. We were given this watered down version of education, which is called school. And I'm telling you, the first 20 pages of this book, and you will see why we are in the position we are in as a country, why we have shitty choices to elect from, why they poison our food and we just take it, why our healthcare system sucks. It's because they wanted to be able to control us. And I already knew, I had an idea of the history of our school system, but I had no idea how dark it really is. I mean, the guy who wrote this book was a teacher in New York for 30 years, and he calls our school system an evil institution. It's so disturbing. So I've done comedy. I don't do it as often, but I've done stand-up for a very long time. And Carlin was always one of my favorites. And when I saw that bit, you just knew he was right. He talks about how we have owners of the country and that they don't want anyone who's able to critically think. Well, then you read this book and you're like, wow, Carlin was right. And Carlin's special was a few years before this guy even wrote this book. So I don't know how he had that information, but Carlin was brilliant. He was kind of prophetic. Well, just the first 20 pages of this book made me so furious because I was like, imagine the world we could be living in if we were put through a system that made everyone live up to their potential, that we learned to enhance our natural abilities. Our school system is purposely designed to strip us of our individualism, to strip us of our creativity, to have us respond to bells and whistles. It models prison. There's so many things about it that are so disturbing. And if you read this book, I think you'll be furious. I think you'll be as furious as I am because we have all been programmed, brainwashed, conditioned to just take it, to bend over and take it, while they do whatever they want to us. And I mean, you can see it in the way our country is. And it's not just our country, it's kind of worldwide at this point. But considering we're known as, the world's power, the number one country, it's so disturbing. And he talks about how before the education system was put into place, kids at like 13 years old were doing incredible things, inventing things, discovering things, and that was all intentionally squashed by the rich industrialists like Rockefeller and Carnegie. These were the guys that wanted this system put in place so that they would have obedient workers for their factories. That's how school got started. They made it like it was a great idea. Let's educate the public. That sounds like a good idea, but that is not at all what they had in mind. They wanted to put in a system that would brainwash young children, take them away from their families, and take away all their individualism and just become obedient people that would be afraid to defy authority, that would be afraid to question things. They don't want you to question things. Right there, if they don't want you to question things, that should tell you something. And I just think it's so important. I've been telling everybody I know about this book because I don't think enough people realize what's been done to us. And when you realize it, you'll get angry and then you want to seek out information. I mean, I've been on a quest for information for probably 10 years now because I made a video a few days about how I spent many years being broke and I couldn't figure out why. Now I know. We are planted with disempowering information, limited beliefs on purpose so that we don't reach our potential. And it's sad because so many of us are creative, we're smart, and the other thing the school system does is they group us into who's smart and who's dumb, which is a terrible thing. So that the kids who don't think that they're smart that early on will never think they're smart. And yet they could be creative geniuses. The people who have dropped out of school, they are the ones that went on to create great things. You look at some of the most creative people, or the people that have created the biggest things. They didn't go through this shitty system, this shitty school system, and I'm so mad about it. By the way, I'm Celeste, and I'm 58 years old, and I started a channel a while ago, but I've never been consistent. I just made up my mind. I'm going to start putting out videos consistently just to see what happens. They said it's a good time for smaller channels right now, and I have had 49 day jobs in Los Angeles alone while pursuing a career in entertainment. I've been a dancer, singer, comedian, actor, writer. I have a book coming out. So I have a lot of experience that I want to share. I read a lot of books. I've read a lot of books on money. I'm on this quest for education because God knows we didn't get it in school. And I want to share that information. So I hope you come back for the other information that I'll be sharing, whatever that may be, because I don't have a theme for this page. Like right now, I'm taking a course in how our brains work, because when I was learning about our subconscious mind, I wanted to really truly understand how our brains work. And we have, what I've learned so far is we have our primal brain, which is like the thing that regulates our breathing, that keeps us alive, our heartbeat. It's also where our fight and flight responses are. Then we have our limbic system, which is all our emotions and our feelings. And then we have the prefrontal cortex, which is what makes us different from animals. We are able to make judgments and think. I was going to say think critically, but I don't know if we actually are able to do that. At least not all of us. But it's where our decision making is, and it is the part of our brain that makes us different from all the other species, and that does not fully develop until we're 24 or 25, and that's why teenagers are impulsive and do things like that. So I'm going to be sharing information like that as I continue on, but again, I want everybody, and I don't know how many people, I'm not getting lots of views right now, but whoever sees this video, please get this book, Weapons of Mass Instruction. It's available on Amazon. You'll be infuriated when you read it at how we've all been conditioned to settle for shitty lives. Like, to not say you have a dream and you never pursued it. It's because you probably have some limiting beliefs that were instilled in you when you were a kid, either through school or through your parents. Because remember, our parents went through the school system too. So they did the same thing. And we've all just been brainwashed to settle for so much less than what we're capable of. And I just want people to start waking up and realizing that and revolting. I really wish we could just revolt against our shitty healthcare system, our poisoned food, our shitty school system. I just wish we could all revolt and change the world. So I hope you come back for more information, whatever that may be. And I'm going to try to post as consistently as possible. I have a lot going on right now, but I'm determined and committed to giving you some information as often as possible. So subscribe and like and all that good stuff, and get this book, start educating yourself, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.